Okay, today's lesson is on factoring trinomials, and the method we're using is called slide, divide, bottoms up. The standard form of a trinomial is ax squared plus bx plus c. And now that you're familiar with diamond math, you will see how it helps us factor trinomials. When we go to factor 6x squared minus 7x minus 5, there's a certain checklist we need to go through. Is there a greatest common factor? 6, negative 7, negative 5? No. So we set it out so that the coefficient of x squared is a, which is equal to 6 in this case. Coefficient of x is negative 7, so that's b. And c is negative 5. Do you see where I'm getting this from? Ax squared plus bx plus c, I'm taking the coefficient of all the variables. So the first thing you do for this method is multiply a times c. In this case, 6 times negative 5, which is negative 30. You put that into the top of the diamond. And then you put b here. So it's AC here and b here. Now you know what to do. What multiplies up to negative 30 but adds up to negative 7? Well, negative 10 and 3 work in this scenario. So you fill in the diamond with this. Now comes the factoring part. You take the two side values of the diamond into the parentheses with whatever your original a was. So remember, the original a was 6, the b was negative 7, and the c was negative 5. So the only one we really care about is 6. So your original sides are x minus 10 and then x plus 3. Note that the sign goes with them. And then you put whatever is over what a was goes into the denominator. So now we have x plus negative 10, 6, and x plus 3, 6 in the parentheses. Now we reduce the fractions. So 10, 6, 2 divides into both of them and we get 5/3. 3, 6, 3 divides into both of them, we get 1/2. So we've done the slide, which was the a times c. We use the b. And now we do the bottoms up. Whatever is in the denominator here after we have reduced, we slide it in front of the x in that parenthesis. So we end up with 3x minus 5 times 2x plus 1. So when you FOIL and check this, 3x times 2x is 6x squared. 3x times 1 is 3x. Negative 5 times 2x is negative 10x. And negative 5 times 1 is negative 5. And we collect like terms. Look, we end up with exactly the same trinomial that we started with. Seems a little confusing at first, but once you get the hang of this, this is a great method for factoring trinomials. So now let's try this one. 4x squared plus 24x plus 32. So a is equal to 4, b is equal to 24, and c is equal to 32. Do you remember what I'm doing? Ax squared plus bx plus c, my standard form of a trinomial, and the coefficients there are my a, b, and c. So now, is there GCF? Yes. So we have to remove the GCF. So essentially, this is what we have. 4, it's going to be x squared plus 6x plus 8. Everybody should understand how we got that, because we're basically factoring out the 4. Now, our new ABC is 1, 6, and 8. So here we do it again. A times c is 8, and b is 6. So we're thinking to ourselves, what multiplies to 8 and adds up to 6? Well, 4 and 2 work great. So again, we put them in our parentheses. So it's x plus 4 is one parenthesis, and x plus 2. Since both values are positive, we have plus signs in the parentheses. Now what we're going to do is divide by whatever the original a was, and what the factored out a was. We divide by the new a. So we divide by 1, divide by 1. Can this be reduced? Yes, it can. So x plus 4 times x plus 2 stays the same, and when we FOIL it, but there's one thing. When we FOIL this, we're going to get x squared plus 2x plus 4x plus 4, and that ends up being x squared plus 6x plus 8. Mistake. So here, erase the 4. 4 times 2, whoops, is 8. And we end up with our factored out trinomial. What's missing? Well, you absolutely must remember whatever you pulled out for the GCF in front. because then when you multiply that back in, you end up with the exact same original trinomial. But you absolutely must remember that. So your final answer in factored form is 4 parentheses x plus 4, x plus 2. And when you FOIL all that together, FOIL first, then distribute your 4, you end up exactly where you were. Okay, so let's go ahead and try another one, because again, this has quite a few steps in it. They're not difficult, but anything that's new requires practice. So let's go with 2x squared plus 5x. Hold on just one sec. Oops. 5y squared plus 10. Oops. Getting aggravated here. Okay. We're going to stop it right here.